My name is Hans Johnson, and I am a demographer with the Public Policy Institute of California. One of the defining features of California has been its tremendous population growth. Over the 20th century, no other developed region of the world grew as rapidly as California did. And it's not just the fact of California's population growth that's so remarkable, it's also the complexity and diversity of that growth. In terms of the population growth itself, as recently as 1970, California was home to just a little over 20 million residents. Today, California's population is approaching 40 million, a doubling in just about 40 years, which is much more like the rate of growth that we see in less developed countries rather than in developed regions of the world. At the same time that we see this tremendous population growth, we also have this incredible increase in the diversity of the state's population. In 1970, almost 70% of the state's residents were non-Hispanic whites. By 2000, one of the key findings from the 2000 census was that no race or ethnic group constituted a majority of the state's population. Projections suggest that in 2016, Latinos will be the state's largest population group, and already among children aged 5 and under, Latinos are the single largest group and in fact represent a majority of the state's population. Although growth has slowed recently in California, over the last 20 years we've seen some outmigration to other states, we've still continued to receive substantial inflows of immigrants from other countries, and we have large numbers through natural increase. Natural increase is the difference between births and deaths, and each year in California we grow almost or around 300,000 people through that natural increase. Projections for the state suggest that growth will be fairly modest in terms of the percentage changes, but because we have such a large population base now, as I said, approaching 40 million people, even a small percentage on top of such a large number means we are gaining hundreds and hundreds of thousands of people every year. The latest projections suggest that over the next 10 to 20 years, California will add a city the size of Long Beach to our state's population every year. The population of the state is also changing in terms of the age structure. That is, the number of children in California is projected to grow very slowly between now and around 2015 or 2016. And the population of older residents of the state will increase fairly dramatically. So for example, the population 65 and over is projected to go from 4.2 million in 2008 to 7.6 million in 2025. Not quite a doubling. This reflects the aging of the baby boom. The baby boom, of course, is a very large cohort of people who were born between 1946 and 1964. And as they age, the population of California and the United States is aging fairly rapidly. These population changes for California in terms of the numbers and the composition have implications for public policy in almost every area of public policy concern. Certainly in education, we face a bit of a respite now for K-12 education. With the slowing growth in the number of children, the population pressures in terms of providing additional classrooms and teachers will not be as great as they have been in the past. And we have similar implications for aging, of course, with respect to health. We also have a large number of the children of baby boomers who will be entering the prime years at which they buy houses or establish their own housing units, so that there will be some housing pressure we expect related to that demographic event. Just as historically California's population growth has been a defining feature, we expect that to continue into the future. With increasing diversity and complexity of the state's population, large numbers of people added to the state's population each year. And these changes have important implications, not just for who we are as a society, but also for the delivery of public goods, such as education, health, and transportation. California's population is unique in the world. It creates a fascinating mosaic, an incredible mix of cultures, incredible economic opportunities that are available to the state because of the mix of our people and the talents of the residents of California.